the NBA playoffs are set in stone now.
Yes, sir.
I
Lakers are number
believe,
4, baby.
yeah, I believe the Warriors somehow snuck in. I don't know how they did that, especially with they near G League roster they've been playing with all year.
G League
But
roster is so funny.
dude, I'm so serious. I'm so serious.
Yikes.
Did you guys see the it's like a post-game interview. There was an account that it was waiting for like 2 years for Brandon Podziemski to drop a 30-point game before it tweeted again, and he shouted
I
it
did
out.
see that, yeah.
Yeah, like they were literally just playing with a G League roster, like straight up. Jimmy Butler was hurt, Steph Curry was hurt. Draymond Green is Draymond Green. Like, let's just not even like if he was still like 2016 to 2019 Draymond, sure, but he's not that anymore. But yeah, what do you guys think of how things are shaking out? Obviously, we got the play-in to go through first before it's technically official. But what do you guys think?
Well, if you don't mind sharing, Aiden, real quick. I mean, you're touching on the Warriors a little bit there. I feel like you gotta talk about Curry. Like, what do you think about Curry? You think he can go and maybe
No,
turn this team around as they get in the playoffs?
no,
No.
no. Respectfully, as much as I love Curry, he's easily a top, in my opinion, top 5 player to ever touch a basketball. Um, there's only so much you can do. Like, he can hit, 13 threes. It doesn't matter when you don't really have a defensive presence, like a true defensive presence. Like Draymond used to be that guy. Klay Thompson was a really good defender back when before his injuries. We don't have Klay Thompson anymore. Draymond is the definition of like, might as well just be a UFC fighter out there. Like, and then you got a guy like Kristaps Porzingis who like can't stay healthy. So it's just like all in all a bad time over there.
Aiden, did you
I
see the Anthony Davis show where he
yes, I
pranked
did.
Draymond Green by
Yes,
in
I
that?
did.
And he goes like, "This isn't the G League, this is the NBA." Draymond like
I heard
literally
about that.
threatened violence.
Yes.
He threatened violence on the guy. He goes like, "By the end of this meeting, I will f you up." And I started laughing because I'm like,
Yes.
"That's the most Draymond Green response I have
Yes.
ever
That's
heard
such
in my
Green
entire
response.
life."
I love that. That
Yeah,
dude
that's
cracks me up, both on and off the court.
yeah, I'm telling you, that's just what the Warriors, that's the story of the Warriors, okay? So, but all right, so go ahead.
Well,
By the end of
Levi,
this,
you can
by the
take
end
it,
of this
Levi.
meeting, I will f you up. Is
Yeah,
what
Levi,
Draymond
you
Green
can go
said.
ahead and
The
take it
epitome
for
of the
what you
season.
think the Lakers are gonna do since
Oh
you're,
my god!
Mr. Laker
Well,
guy over there.
for me, they've had an incredible season, and my only concerns going into this is Luka going to be healthy enough to lead this team to an NBA championship overall? I mean, he got injured right here, like not like a week or two ago, and now this team looks like they I believe they got a few pieces just a couple of days ago too to kind of fill in the meantime until he was coming back. He should be ready for playoffs. I just hope that these injuries are just not so severe that he'll be able to come in with full force. LeBron, obviously, my stance on LeBron, being the big LeBron guy. And I'll say this: the just one thing that I'm not been a big fan of is I feel like the LeBron Luca duo doesn't really work quite as much. You have these two big guys playing for the same team, and I feel like to get on the same page together hasn't been the easiest thing, and especially in this transition with Luca now being one of those guys ultimately. And but
Austin
I
Reason's in
think
there
none of
too.
yeah, and Austin Reason, I know he's injured too. I'm not sure
Yeah.
when he'll be back, but I believe if I think if we at least get through a few rounds of the playoffs, I believe Reeves will be back in time, assuming we can get there far enough. But overall though, they're the last month of the season. I mean, they only took what I believe like a few losses in the month of March. So I think they really have proven themselves, and I'm excited to see them, and I really hope again, me being full biased and a big LeBron fan, if this is his last year, I really hope that he's the one to go finish it up this season with one more championship. Um, down on his neck. Like
Yeah,
that's really what I'm hoping
um,
for. But time was only going to tell. There's obviously a lot of good teams out there. I
so
want to
let
shout out real quick the Detroit Pistons, who have had a huge turnaround after a couple seasons ago where they were like the worst and had the worst record. And Cade Cunningham has turned that organization around
love Cade
significantly.
Cunningham. He's a dog. Yeah, I do wanna ask really quick, sorry, Peter, really fast to you, Levi, in regard to the Lakers, they're starting, their first series is gonna be against the Rockets. You know me, I don't like the Lakers. I don't think they're that good. I am impressed that they made the playoffs. Who's gonna guard KD? 'Cause
LeBron.
'cause
Let's put LeBron there,
LeBron.
obviously. Of
Oh,
course.
right, yeah. Oh, darn, why didn't I think of that? He's
They're
41.
gonna put they're gonna put the retirement home guy on Kevin Durant. That's crazy.
He's 41. I'm sorry, I'm not saying he's a bum. He's not guarding Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is dang near 7 foot with a 7, like, 8 wingspan or whatever, 7'5" wingspan. Like, who's guarding him? Yeah, they might have offense out the wazoo, but if you can't get a stop to save your life, what does that matter? I this has been an ongoing conversation behind the scenes, folks. So I'm very passionate that the Lakers should have traded for more defense this year. Instead, they just have offense, 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 and I don't think that's enough to take them all the way. I don't think they make it out of the first series. Hot take.
I mean,
I don't know.
if they're all offense, I would hope that you know, at the very least, I hope we can have a somewhat decent defense. If not, obviously we're going to be relying on offense the entire game, of course, to put us up, and just it's just a matter of if we can compete with the Rockets enough to say who's going to score the most, who's going to score the fastest. That's kind of what I guess the Lakers are looking at. And with again Luca coming off his injury and Reeves still out, I personally, full unbiased opinion, I personally am a little concerned about them going into this first round.
I'm just worried that if Kevin Durant does lose in the first round to the Lakers, that burner account that he had is gonna go wild. If For those that don't know, Kevin Durant got linked up to a burner account, which just want to point this out for people. He says some things about his teammates that I cannot say on this podcast. Shout out to Jabari Smith because apparently he equated him to a crayon eater.
What?
Yeah, he called Jabari Smith a crayon eater.
That's crazy.
I Again,
didn't
there
see
are
that.
stuff
That's
that he
actually
has
crazy.
said about the coaching staff, the executives, his own teammates that, mind you, I cannot say on this podcast because it is not appropriate. But he called Jabari Smith Jr., his literal teammate that he shared the starting lineup with, a crayon eater.
That's insane.
Well, when you got a guy like that who's jumped team to team in like the
Man.
past 10, 15 years, what more can you expect from him?
Dude, because
That's
here's the problem. Like,
wild.
Kevin Durant's like a top, 15, 10 talent of all time, but he's like one of the worst teammates of all time, too. Oh no. Oh man. But yeah, I think a storyline for me that stuck out throughout this whole entire NBA season, because again, I don't know, like for the viewers listening and watching this, like we haven't talked about the NBA at all. This is the first time we're talking about it. I am very surprised with the Boston Celtics this season.
Yes.
Because, mind you, this was a year that they were supposed to be bad. Like, they're supposed to be a play-in quality team at best. They traded Drew Holiday away. They traded Kristaps Porzingis away. Jason Tatum was out with an Achilles injury, and they're the second seed in the East.
Shout out
I
Jaylen
think they
Brown.
had how many? Shout out Jaylen. Like, Jaylen Brown, like, makes a case the fact that he should be the MVP this year. I mean, but shoot, like Peyton Pritchard stepped up. Derek White, shout out Derek White. But like, I mean, shoot, like they had almost 60 wins this year, and Tatum only like played what, like probably like 11, 12
He was like
games.
he was like in the yeah, I mean he was only in the last month of the NBA season. He didn't play a whole lot.
Yeah. So, mind you, and they're gonna get Jason Tatum again. We don't know the full extent of how healthy he is going to this playoffs. But if he's gonna be fully healthy going to this playoffs, like the Celtics are in a very good spot because they get to play the winner of Sixers and Magic, which that's very favorable for them. And then they potentially get to play Atlanta or they play the Knicks, which I hope that they play the Knicks because that's gonna be some great television to watch.
Yeah, it
Well,
will be.
yeah, and I mean the Knicks, they've also have had a few interesting seasons as of late, and it'd be pretty exciting to see. I know, obviously, I know a lot of our New York fans. We talk about the Knicks and especially of how bad they have been over the past few years. But I mean, uh, last year and I think the year before, if I recall, like these guys have they've been very good and
Shout out
I
Jalen Brunson.
honestly, yeah, I would love to. I'd love to see them go win it all. That'd be really cool. I know those Knicks fans. I know how those Knicks fans are. I think back to that Disney movie Soul. They talk about how
Oh,
Oh,
they're torturing
that's a
torturing a
good
team, and
reference.
it was the
That's
New
a
York
great
Knicks.
reference.
I've been
That's a
messing with
great
this team
reference.
for years, and the
And the
Knicks
Knicks
lose
lose again.
again.
That's a great reference.
I've never seen a movie target like directly target the demise of a team. What was that movie like back in the day where it was that Adam Sandler movie where the kid was like the gosh darn Jets? It was that movie, and it was talking about how bad the Jets were. And, like the soldiers were like straight up do like a like point blank shot at the Knicks. I'm like, you guys suck.
That's yeah,
New
that's
York, New
brutal.
York, New York fans in all sports really just can't catch a break. Honestly.
No, they can't.
Bro, the only time that I think about or I see the Knicks is the fact that Jalen Brunson has a podcast and he has a podcast with Josh Hart because they were both teammates at Villanova.
Mhm.
And apparently they went through a whole entire comment about how people were calling Carl Anthony Towns way too zesty on the court.
Dude, he is
He goes like,
zesty.
dude,
Holy
he
smoke,
goes,
that guy is.
stop! That's a foul. And I'm just like,
No,
please stop
literally.
talking like that. For your own
Oh my
well-being,
gosh.
please stop talking like that. And even Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart was like, dude, like, he's gotta stop talking like that. It was so funny. There's a video out there, and there's like, bro, like he's just out there like saying stuff that he just needs to stop talking.
Yeah, so I actually I have a question for you guys really quick. Um this is something we've never really done, but I want you to pick what at least not the I guess we technically did it for the March Madness thing. Like what do you think is going to be the best first round uh like for this playoff? Like what you can choose the the play-in games or any of the already set um like games. I'll
Yeah, the
lead off
first round
that way you can
games.
get I'll lead off so that way you can get an idea. But like for me, I'm looking at that Pistons Hornets series. That should be an absolutely fire series. It's a LaMelo Ball and Knipple. Absolute dogs. First duo since Steph Curry and Klay Thompson to hit 270 plus threes in a season. And then like Levi already covered with Cade Cunningham. Absolute squad over there. I think that should be an absolutely phenomenal series. But that's my take. Like,
I'm looking at the that Nuggets Timberwolves matchup. I think that that's going to be a very fun series to watch. Um, I mean, obviously, like the Nuggets have been like one of the most underrated teams because like they were like a pretty good team without Jokic for almost like what was like 2 to 4 weeks, if I remember correctly, with his knee injury, and
yeah,
like
I don't
the
recall.
Tim- like the Timberwolves have like again like even though like by their expectations like they haven't been playing well like I would assume like that has been a great pickup for them at the deadline to rejuvenate their backcourt, especially with uh, Anthony Edwards being out. And for those of you that don't know, like the Jokic brothers made internet history when they freaked out and almost threatened fans to death when they were at a Nuggets game when they were playing the Timberwolves. And again, if you know, you know, the Jokic bros are jacked
Crazy.
guys, like, and they're crazy. So, but I'm looking forward to that series because the Timberwolves and the Nuggets do have a little bit of rivalry history. So,
For me, and this is going off of speculation that these two teams will get past the second round and get to the semifinals. But I think the most exciting matchup, if it gets to happen, will be the Spurs and the Nuggets. So the last game of the season, they actually just faced off, and obviously with the Spurs being the number 2 seed, they didn't really need to play a whole lot of their guys, and so they got beat by the Nuggets. But I'm just pretty excited to see Wembanyama and Jokic go up against each other. I think those are, if we're talking about the faces of the NBA right now in modern times currently, you're gonna have Jokic and Wembanyama, and I think that one could be the best series throughout the entire playoffs, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
yeah,